Namaste, Fernando here with FerCoaching. I'm very excited. I'm about to do this interview to Catherine Leblanc, who changed my life into plant medicines. She was the first person that I started trusting and believing that the plant medicine will bring something good to me, good to my body. So I run out into her through social media, and I give myself a chance because I trust her energy, I trust her eyes, and I trust the communication that she used. So after several sessions with her through 1 year, along the year, my body experienced so many good changes. Experienced a new level of inner peace in the morning after the session. Experienced a new level of health, strength, more clarity, and I'm so grateful to have her and the technique into my life, into into my practice. I Every other month I do a Kambo session. I have been doing a Kambo session, and I really recommend that. After understanding that it's healthy, after understanding that it's plant medicine that has been on the planet for thousands of years, and accepting the wisdom of the divine beings of nature, and guiding us, protecting us with their medicine, with the real medicine, the medicine for the to the soul, the medicine to the body. Okay, so I want to stop talking now. I want to invite Catherine Leblanc. So thank you. Stay with me, or maybe look at the search for the interview and enjoy the interview that we want to have with Kasha Leblanc, well known as a healer or as a Kambo practitioner as Kasha. So thank you, Kasha. I'm calling you right now. Thank you, Sasha. Thank you for accepting this. Thank you for changing my life. Thank you for being here in this interview from FerCoaching.com. Fernando Gonzalez Borga, personally, and my company, my team is so happy that everybody wants to meet you. Everybody that hear me talk about Kambo, hear me talking about, embracing good new habits and incorporating new things in your life that change your life. And I say, okay, at the top of the list is you, Catherine Leblanc. People, she changed my life. She brings so much light into my life, so much health, new understanding of what is plant medicine from her angle. If I correct you, please correct everything that I said if it is not precise. That is as a Kambo practitioner, right? Is that
Right. Thank
so?
you.
Welcome to our the first interview done by FerCoaching. So
Wonderful. Thank you
yeah,
so much for
yeah,
inviting me.
it's a pleasure. It's a
What a
pleasure to have you in
pleasure.
my life, and it's a pleasure to be both together agree to do this. So the intention, my dear Kasia, is to have a. I want people to understand what is good about the plant medicine. It's so much misunderstanding, fears, unknown, and I think that in this 2021, we all need to develop new behaviors, new activities that are gonna help us to feel great inside and reach faster into our higher connection. And I think that you live and walk that belief. So
Yes, that's true.
what what would you like to say to people that from our angle as a healers, coaches, therapists? What is, if you have this opportunity, what is, I don't know, you tell me if you want to talk about what brought you into Kambo in your personal life, or what is Kambo means to you. I give you the camera and the time.
Amazing. Thank you so much. First, I would like to introduce myself. I'm Catherine Leblanc, Kasha, and I'm a Kambo practitioner. I have been working with this medicine for a couple of years, and I'm implementing different kinds of tradition from indigenous tribes that I have worked with. And so Kambo is a secretion from a frog from the Philodusa bicolor. So it is a very specific frog. You cannot just go in the jungle and grab a frog, but it is
Good
only
to know.
this one frog. And in fact, Kambo is not a plant medicine, but of course you can put it into the family because it's not a plant, it's a frog. So we can say it is a secretion from a frog. And well, what brought me to this journey? My own healing. I was suffering with some, different kind of things, inflammation in my body. I had ovarian cancer over the years, and I wanted to heal,
Yeah.
especially with plant medicines, with holistic ways of healing. So I kind of fell in love um, with these medicines, and that was the moment where I kind of unknowingly started studying it. Sitting with
Family that
shaman.
are very logic and educated and very,
Yes.
mind driven so it's not that we were born in a monastery or it's something that it came to us more than there was even though an intention was it's a call. I feel that we relate on that we
Yes.
have. I have my call in the middle of my problems through pranic healing. You have, and then pranic healing and spirituality to study the mental aspect and the unconscious mind. In your case, it was Kambo was your door to. I'm, I'm presupposing. Do you think that Kambo is a door also to open up to spirituality? To what is?
Definitely, yes. I always see it like even if people are coming in and they're not spiritual at all, which is the case quite often, especially at the moment in those times where people are really reaching out for all kinds of support and
Yeah,
help and trying out things when things are not working. Then we are more ready to try out things that we would never try out before, right?
correct.
So and yeah, and then I have people coming in like, oh, I have this little thing or that little thing. It's more of a physical um encounter why they come in. And then after one session, most of the time after one, something happens because you feel that you are tuned into an energy field. It's not just something that is just working on you, but you feel tuned into a whole other, like, yeah, energy field. You touch
That was
it.
my experience. I
Yeah, you know how that
Yeah,
feels. And you're like, wow, and it's not even something like superficial, but it feels very natural.
I
It
agree.
feels very familiar. It's not like an awakening, like something opens up, but it's you become part of it. You become part of an energy field, and it feels like you're plugged in. You receive information in some cases. um, it is not a psychedelic, so you're not on a trip or
It's not a
something.
psychedelic. Very important, guys. It's not a psychedelic. Okay, it's
Yeah, it's
not
not
a
psychedelic,
psychedelic.
but still you can receive visions, and definitely your higher intelligence and your soul or your higher soul or however you want to call it communicates with this energy field. So it is a very unique experience. And the thing is, you don't just experience in the ceremony, but it's some kind of initiation. Once you made this contact, you have it. Um, it's like a phone line to the universe that got late. And so when you need it, you just pick up the phone and you plug in or tune in again. So
I like your metaphor. Very contemporary.
yeah.
And you said something that I will. I'm gonna give my experience because that is one thing. Is what you said. The medicine it works on you through the session, but then it's not that it's still working on you. You become in the morning. Every time is different, but every time maintained what you are saying. And I haven't think it that way. It's like it's a new energy around you. There is a new what happened to me. That it was always different, but it's always a new level of clarity,
Yeah.
a new level of inner peace, and
Yes.
outside peace. Is like I have a piece that relates a lot. The piece that I found after doing my exercise and getting my meditations done, maybe after the second meditation, I get to a level of peace that is inside and outside. And what I notice in the morning is that it changed the interaction, my unconscious mind realizations or things depend on in every ceremony. But that feeling of peace is getting more grounded and bigger around me. And I
Mm,
think I relate to a lot to what you're saying. And that's
that's
something that I tell people, say, besides of the journey in the ceremony, after that, you feel this, wow, I,
yeah.
I feel more grounded. I feel more connected. I
Yeah,
feel,
thank you so much for sharing.
uh,
That is a beautiful experience, and that is indeed something, even if it throws us out because we got triggered by something, or in one moment we forget that we are connected. Even then, you come back to this state, to the peace. You come back so much quicker, right?
yes, yes. I see it after all these 25 years kind of that I have in pranic healing. That
Mm,
is to make it simple for the ones that they don't know what is pranic healing is cleaning the energy centers. We clean the energy centers and we go from the energy centers into the body, and that cleanliness or clarity in the energy field help us to that to have more peace, to heal the body. What I feel with Kambo is that it works very alive from another angle. It goes for the drinking the water, applying it in the skin, it goes to the cellular level. Without having to understand what is healing, you can feel your body releasing tension and congestions and impurities.
yes.
My feeling, I might be wrong, or maybe my feeling is that it cleans toxicities, emotional toxicities, mental toxicities, and food toxicities that are stuck in one way or another. That it
Oh
was.
yeah, that goes really deep, and it detoxes the body, the organs, the liver, of course. And it is a very physical experience. But of course, it also has an impact on the soul, body, and on the soul level. As you said, it's working on a cellular level, so
It
it
is,
really is
yeah.
one of the most holistic approaches on healing, definitely. Brain fog, Lyme's disease,
Lyme disease
and
too.
I'm sorry.
But Lyme disease too.
Yes,
Because
Lyme's
I
disease.
hear in the East Coast, I don't believe on the things are not curable. I believe that things are curable, but knowing that it works in Lyme disease in the East Coast is big in New York area and New Jersey, other areas big in Lyme disease. It's good to know
Yeah,
that Kambo.
exactly. Yeah, of course, because Lyme's disease is related to inflammation, right? And yeah, so Kambo helps a lot with that. Of course, it is a whole package, so you have to adjust, change your diet. But most of the Kambo practitioners know how to work with it. There are some that are specialized on Lyme's disease. So yeah, I have some people with Lyme's disease, and they are doing very well. And then yeah, depression.
Depression, another big issue in our society.
Now another big issue, chronic fatigue,
Uh,
because Kambo gives you a boost. The indigenous tribes use it when they go hunting, and prior to going hunting, they apply Kambo, and then they hunt so much better. They are faster.
what it does that it make them hands so much better? What is the
Well, the peptides in Kambo, they give them like a kick. Also, a lot of athletes by now discovered Kambo, that it increases the stamina, increases libido, and it's just all over. It's
stamina
like
and libido? That is something very important.
yes, it's very
Especially for
important.
men, right?
That's yes, of course. That's why it is so amazing with depression
I
or chronic
noticed that
fatigue.
I increased the men
Oh
who.
yeah,
I noticed that. Yes, now that you
you
mention it,
did.
yes,
Yeah,
I did.
yeah.
I feel
I
like
noticed.
more younger.
Yeah, right. Well, and for the women as well. For the
With the
women,
ones too. Okay.
of course, in a different way. But yeah, um, Yes, so depression, chronic fatigue, it is amazing for that. Endometriosis with women.
Endometriosis, wow.
Yes, so really all kinds of stuff, because the thing is that illnesses are, manifestations of something, of a
Uh-huh.
thought pattern, of a lifestyle, of some kind of pattern that we have inside of us. And then when we get sick, when we get ill, it just shows, it's like a messenger. And
Correct.
so that's why Kambo is so amazing, not just on the physical, but also on the mental and on the soul level, to bring
So
up.
you don't need 2 years of therapy to resolve
No, no,
the
no, no.
psychosomatic effect or the emotional.
No, because you receive those kind of messages quite fast. Sometimes in the first session you can already you are connected to an energy field of knowing.
Uh-huh.
Uh, so you receive the messages about yourself. So people, for example, that have never had to do with spirituality or holistic medicines, they come in, they have a session, and then after that they call me and they're like, "Oh, you know what? I think I should change my diet. I'm cutting out this,
That's
that."
so beautiful.
And then and so they come, like, I'm not telling people what to do. Of course I can give some suggestions, but in general, I'm a Kambo practitioner.
But you see the patterns at least. Okay,
But
what
I
you're going
see,
through.
yes, exactly. I see, and they give me the information, and I'm smiling, super happy, because it's so beautiful to see how that works.
Uh-huh.
And they give me their information. They're like, "Oh, you know what? I should change this. I will change that." And not just that they say they will change it; they're actually doing it. And that's very, very beautiful to see this. And it's also very empowering. And then what is also, Kambo is also amazing for trauma work. Um, yeah, so when there is deep stored trauma, because it's stored in our bodies, it's not just
You're talking
in.
about trauma like PTSD to that level or
Yes,
lesser?
exactly. Yeah.
PTSD too.
Yes, PTSD as well. Um, I have a lot of clients with PTSD. I have some kind of a different approach. So I don't do regular treatments on people with PTSD, but a so called layered treatment where you go slow. Because trauma has to do with disempowerment. Something happened in your life where your boundaries got crossed, something happened that you didn't approve to happen. And trauma happens so fast. So what I'm doing then in my sessions from the beginning until the end, it's all about respect, it's all about boundaries. And this layered treatment is to really connect you with your awareness, with this medicine, with the energy field, so that you can make your decisions. You say yes or no in certain times. So this is part of the trauma protocol that I have developed, and I see it is extremely successful. So it's not just the medicine that you're taking, but it is the way how you are doing it, and it's the way how you're holding space. So basically, especially trauma related, I'm teaching people how to hold a safe, good space, healthy space for themselves.
Wow.
So it's not me that is healing them, but they are healing themselves, of course, with the help of Kambo. Yeah, so that is my approach on trauma, and I see great successes.
Dear Kasia, imagine that I never have a night session. And I contact you and say, great. How do you
Mhm.
do the session? Where do you do the sessions? Where we are? We are in California. I am in
We
Oxford,
are
and
California.
you are in
So,
LA.
yeah, well, I'm in Los Angeles, but I'm serving in San Diego and Santa Barbara.
Diego, Santa Barbara.
Yeah, in Malibu, in
Oh.
Topanga Canyon, and at the moment I do a
Do
lot
you
of.
do private session? Do you go to the houses or they come to you?
Well, I go to people's houses, especially now during the pandemic. People can come to my space, but I also go to people's houses.
All right.
And there are also a lot of private, small ceremonies at the moment. Of course, there are no big group ceremonies because of the pandemic. We are trying to avoid gatherings of, more than 4 people.
So you recommend for the sake of them that you go into their houses. do you go for one person or do you need more than one person to go?
Well, I do have different kinds of packages, so it is depending on what people need. I have one-on-one sessions where I work with people alone.
Okay.
Um, I also have couples. I have whole families.
All
Um,
right.
I have
Relationship
community
combo and
houses.
family combo.
Yeah. So
Amazing.
I do everything. I do everything. Small
I know
groups.
that you do brotherhood combo because we did it right here with my brother.
Exactly. Yeah.
And
Exactly.
whoever is watching this, you can go in my Instagram or her Instagram. This picture of this living room with my brother, and we have an amazing experience. He called me 2 days ago to tell me he's ready for the next one. So you better follow up on him.
Oh, that is amazing. I'm
That's
happy.
awesome. Yes, I
Very
love
happy.
to hear him that he says, you know what, I think I'm ready for the next Kambo. So you are coming next week? No, but we talk about that later.
That is amazing. Yeah, let's set up something. I would love to. I always love to be in your space. It's such a sacred
Oh, you can.
space
Yes, you're
and
always welcome to come.
really beautiful, beautiful energy. It's like a monastery energy, so very peaceful and zen. So I'm always enjoying and all my like all the people, all the clients that we had in your space, they really loved it and
Uh,
they are asking me all the time. So we have to set up something
you know
definitely.
that I'm live at service as you do. So anytime that is convenient for your clients and you, the house, my heart, and fair coaching is always welcome and supporting.
Thank you. So
You.
yeah, all kinds of groups, people, small groups, families, friends, communities. I go to their places. People can
Any
also go
limit
to
on
my
age?
place.
Any
I'm
limit?
sorry.
Any limit on age? You know.
No, there is no like. Of course, in the U.S., it's just because of the burning marks. In the U.S., we cannot use people under 18,
Okay.
but um,
With a mother
everyone.
or father consent, I imagine that that will be taken care of.
Yeah, not really.
No,
So we are
okay,
we are
so I'm
not
getting
allowed.
wrong.
Yeah, we're not allowed to treat people under the age of 18.
Okay,
But
so the
anyone over
elders
18,
18. The restriction. There is any restriction in the elders?
no, no restriction.
No restriction in the
No
elders.
restriction.
Okay.
I mean, there are some contraindications when it comes to medication or some
Good point.
illnesses or mental illnesses are contraindicated. But there is a whole list of
So
contraindications.
people with mental medication or past have to reach out to you
They
to.
have to reach out and then I will determine if this is a contraindication or not. Of course, there are some severe contraindications. I have it all on my information sheets and on my list because these are really like lists. And people can read it when they contact me. I send them everything and then I set up a consultation call and then we check in,
All
go
right.
over everything, check in on the people's intention, what they want to have as an outcome, and then I will see if we can work together. And yeah, that's basically because it's also about the chemistry. Not every client or not every practitioner
Correct.
are right for each
Maybe
other.
the technique is good, but it depends also the energy and the
It's the
compatibility.
energy, it's the chemistry, it's the
I experience
understanding.
that too.
Because that's part of the healing, definitely. If people can understand each other. But I never had a person that where it was not working.
No,
So
but
I
I know, yes, this is for the camera. I know that you continuously keep educating yourself. I know that you keep taking the next step into your lineage. I know that a few, one or last month, I think you've been in a big retreat with in Arizona. I think it was that you shared
yes,
with me. If you want to share something like that,
yeah. Well,
I want them to know that you are not that you are so committed and continuously working on doing learning more, having more experience and knowledge. So if you're going to share that, please.
definitely yes. I'm part of the IAKP, and there are constant upgrades. So I have several certifications. A couple of months ago, I just did my advanced training, and
Oh,
now
that's
I'm
training, correct.
yes, that was the advanced training in the summer, and now I'm in a master's program, which I am finishing as we speak. And
Okay.
yeah,
I make it short. I make it short so you can go back to.
so,
I know you're busy. I know you're busy.
yeah, it's like spirit is constantly sending me something new to learn. And of course, for my ceremonies, it's a never ending story. There is always something to be learned. I come from Chinese medicine, so I studied Chinese medicine and acupuncture, but there is still so much to refresh.
Right, right.
Yes, exactly. It's so yeah, I could talk about it for hours, but I won't.
I
But
know we've been doing that for 1 year, talking for hours about our passion. But we need to get this rounded, beginning, middle, and end. So, what would you like people to know? What would you like? What is your message?
well, the
I
most
want to promote your. I want to promote fair coaching community to promote your schedule and our. But how they can find you? How is your projection for the year? What would you want them to know? Your potential clients.
Um, well, anyone can contact me, as I said, on Instagram, Facebook, or via email, and then we schedule a phone call. And what would I like people to know? Well, listen to yourself, listen to your gut, trust yourself, and be courageous enough to grow and to step out of your comfort zones, because stepping out of your comfort zones most of the time, if not at all times, is part of the healing. And also taking self responsibility and self accountability. That's also part of the healing.
Very
And
profound.
yeah, and I can just encourage people and motivate them. And I love to inspire people to really. Sometimes we are so afraid. We think, oh my gosh, if I go one step further, I die or something will happen. But that's sometimes the necessary step to that brings you in the right direction. And so you can ride some great waves. Yeah, so
I can testify that you talking to you make me after pushing away all there was plant medicines and all this after having in my many years ago having problem with addictions, so I didn't want to do experiment anything new after my spiritual that I started my spiritual development. So it took me a lot to trust myself first, to get the knowledge in place, and then to find the right person that I'm looking at her right now. So you, I can say to the camera, yes, she can answer my questions, give me the support, and make me feel hold the space for me. Gonna be the right word. You held the space for me in such a loving, sweet and effective way that every session was better than the one before and keeps going. And I think that I have taken the minimum 7 sessions through
yes,
one
you
year
did.
and a half,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
every session is. They say that it's not a psychedelic, but the last 2 sessions that I had, it felt like more spiritual than a physical detox, was more a physical, spiritual integration. I felt a lot of certainty and inner peace and
Yes.
clarity. My meditations improved, my inner peace grew, and
Mm,
that's why when I commit to say, okay, I have to, I'm 100% into support, you know, Kambo ceremonies and all that is around that, because it's so much wisdom, healing.
yes.
So
Well, thank you so much for pointing this out and for the acknowledgement. I really appreciate it. And I'm so very honored always to, hold space for you and seeing you work that you do for yourself and for others. It's
yes,
just,
especially you help me to clean what I absorb from
yeah,
other. As a coach, coaches, as a healer, healers, we
yes,
need to be coached, we need to be healed, and this is one way
we do.
that I recommend.
We do. We really do. And I've made this experience several times, also with you, working with you. Like, we do need some kind of healing space on a regular basis. That's what I'm still learning. to give myself space on a regular basis, like very regular.
Yeah.
So I'm still in the process of learning this, but each time I do it, I feel, oh my gosh, like I needed it so
Why I'm
much.
not doing it more often?
Exactly. Exactly. It's part of self-care, and we give so much as healers. Of course, we always receive a lot as well,
Yeah.
but you know, the healing, the ceremonies, the sessions, the holding
The,
space.
the empathy that we have will make us carry our clients a little bit on
Yes, definitely. So it's really important to have the moments where you're like cleansing yourself, taking time for yourself. So I made an agreement with myself to really do it on a super regular basis, because I feel like on all levels, I like, it's not a sign of weakness, it's not a sign of whatever, it's just beautiful, and it's also necessary.
And it's
So
good to receive. You know, we give so much. It's good to generate a space and commit yourself to receive. I love when I learned to do
yeah.
that. No, that few years ago, and
uh,
and I think that yes, so you have to. We need to put that in a schedule as much as
yeah,
with our clients. So
definitely, definitely, yeah.
I want you to close with whatever recommendation, tagline, one-liner, or whatever concept you're gonna put. You know, I'm so happy to have you. So happy
Thank
to support
you.
your work, and I want to give you the space to close this beautiful first interview for FerCoaching.com with Kasia.
Well,
Kasia is Catherine Leblanc.
yes, well,
Okay.
let's bless, let's bless the work that you do. Let's bless this interview, and let's bless all the people that are listening to this, and whatever you do, all the work that you're doing on yourself, just know that you will influence minimum 7,000 other people, souls, um, animals around you. It's just your energy field, your presence. And we can heal just by changing things inside of us and offering our presence. So, just wanted to remind you and me and all of us about this fact. So, yeah, and be happy. Thank you so much for holding the space for my, message in this interview. I really truly appreciate you and working with you, and I'm very very excited to see all the seeds that we have planted. Um, yeah,
Keep growing, right?
yes,
Let's
exactly.
uh, let's 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 together to bless. To Supreme God, thank you for the divine blessings. Thank you to our masters, to the Kambo divine beings of nature. Thank you for blessing every person, every being that is listening to this interview. May your heart be open, and if this is something that relates to you, reach out to Catherine. Thank you. May you be blessed with divine love, divine light, and divine health. May you be prosperous. May you be in the light. Thank you.
Oh, so beautiful.
Thank you, Kasia. Thank you for your time, your wisdom,
Thank
your
you.
human qualities. I love you. You know that. I love your work. I support you, and I hope that we can bring your practice to everybody that can benefit with that. Okay.
Thank you, Fernando. I wish the same for you and so much more. Thank you.
Have a beautiful rest of the day. I know that you are super busy, guys. Thank you for paying attention, listening, and sharing this beautiful interview. This is from heart to your heart. All right, guys.
Bye
Kashita,
bye.
love you.
Bye, my
Give my
dear.
love to your family and see you soon. Bye,
See you. Bye
everybody.
bye.